This is day 21 of Advent of Cyber 2023, and this challenge is called You'll Be Poisoned, a pipeline of insecure code. One of the main reasons for acquiring Entitlecrafts Crafts was for their crafty automation, gift giving, wrapping, and crafting. After securing the automation, they discovered other parts of the CI/CD environment that are used to build and extend their pipeline. An attacker can abuse these build systems to indirectly poison the previously secured pipeline. So in this challenge, we'll understand how a larger CI/CD environment operates, explore indirect poisoned pipeline execution, how it can be used to exploit Git, and apply CI/CD exploitation knowledge to the larger CI/CD environment. So for this challenge, we need to start the VM and then also start the attack box. Well, apparently I've already used 1 hour, even though I cancelled the previous one. So let me get connected up to it, the VPN, and then we'll get started. Okay, I'm now connected to the VPN, so I guess let's put this IPN to make sure it's working. Okay, well I assume that's correct. So then we've started the machine, CI/CD environment. Often developers or other end users only see a limited portion of the CI/CD pipeline. Developers interact with Git on a daily basis, so it makes sense that CI/CD is most commonly associated with Git, although it only makes up a quarter of a typical CI/CD pipeline. The diagram below visualizes the general segments of a pipeline: development, build, testing, and deployment. While these segments should be expanded and interchanged, all pipelines will follow a similar order. In the previous task, we looked at the CI/CD environment that was self-contained in Git. In a more formal environment, segments of the pipeline may be separated out onto different platforms. Below is the CI/CD environment we'll be exploring in this room. You'll notice the addition of Jenkins, a build platform, and automation server. In the next section, we'll explore Jenkins and discuss how these components interact and contribute to the pipeline. So, automation platforms. Jenkins, along with many other applications, handles the pipeline's build segment. These platforms can be remote or local. For example, Travis CI is a remote build platform, whereas Jenkins is a local automation server. These platforms rely on runners or agents to build a project on a pre-configured VM. One advantage of some automation platforms is that they can automatically create and configure build environments on demand. This allows building and testing in different environments without manual configuration or administration. So, indirect poison pipeline execution. Let's briefly shift our focus back to the development stage. In the previous task, poison pipeline execution was introduced, where an attacker has direct write access to a repository pipeline. If an attacker doesn't have direct write access to a main protected or branch protected repository, for example, it's possible they have write access to other repositories that could indirectly modify the behavior of the pipeline execution. If an environment is employing a development pipeline, a configuration file must be defined for the steps the build system must take. If a repository contains all the necessary source and build files, and another repository contains the pipeline files, write permissions could differ between the two, resulting in an indirect PPE vulnerability. In this example, you can assume that the repository containing the source is not write protected, and the repository containing the pipeline is write protected. So to exploit this vulnerability, an attacker would need to identify a file or other parameter they can arbitrarily change that the pipeline file will use. Makefiles and other build files are usually exploitable because they are used to build a source and can run any arbitrary commands as defined in the makefile. Below is an example of what this might look like in a pipe file. So stage make, steps, build, and then run make true. So to weaponize this vulnerability, or PP in general, the CI/CD environment as a whole must be taken into consideration. For example, if a build server is used to build artifacts on a pre-configuration virtual machine, an attacker could run arbitrary commands in that environment. So we'll go to the website. This is the self-hosted Entitlecrafts platform. This is the self-hosted Entitlecrafts Git platform. And uses version control for deployment. So log in with guest and password. So sign in, so assume like that. Okay, we're now in the website. So 2 repositories, GIF wrapper and GIF wrapper pipeline. So I'll go to this one, the Jenkins platform that is being used, and log in with admin. So we're now signed in here. We have 2 builds, GIF wrapper and then GIF wrapper build. So the Jenkins platform uses for building and automation. Once you're logged in, you should see GIF wrapper build. So before looking at the environment's other components, let's dig into the Git repository. So GIF wrapper pipeline, and there is a Jenkins file in here. So the prepare stage is going to here and running GIF wrapper.git and make true. So to modify the Jenkins file, we use the power of Git. So we are going to clone this repository, and we'll open it up in Explorer. So GIF wrapper pipeline, and then the Jenkins file here, we'll open it with code. And we're going to be changing the make command to whoami, like this. Save the change, git add, we need to cd into there, git add, git commit, whoami, and then git push. So now once the credentials for here, which was guessed password 123. Apparently that failed. Okay, so notice that it's main protected. You can also try creating a new branch, but you'll notice the repository is branch protected too. This means we must find another way to modify the pipeline. So looking at how Jenkins works, you may notice that it uses make. If you recall from the previous section, a makefile can be used to define a set of rules to execute steps, such as commands. The makefile is defined in the gift wrapper repository, meaning it can have different protections than the pipeline repository, and an attacker could add malicious commands to it. After also cloning and attempting to push the changes to the gift wrapper repository, we see that our commit is successful, depending on the configuration of the build system. Different actions may initiate a new build. In this example, we have access to Jenkins, so we can manually schedule by pressing the green play button. So is that saying here? Wait, actually, what is this saying? Okay, so it's in the gift wrapper repository, so maybe git clone just gift wrapper. So cd gift wrapper, open that in VS Code. And there's the makefile. And that runs 2pip.sh. So this is where we could put who am I, and then we'd run that. But let's take a look at this. So how do we find the Linux kernel? So we do uname -a, and to find the value in here, we will do cat this. So now with this, git add, git commit, do Jenkins. Now I'll push that. Okay, so we've pushed that, and where do we go? So gift wrapper. Actually, no, we need to go back to the gift wrapper build and gift wrapper pipeline. Then I think it says need to run that. So build scheduled. So we can check the status and output of the build from Jenkins by navigating to here. So that's the same place. So that is gift wrapper build. Okay, maybe we need to go back and back again. So gift wrapper build, gift wrapper pipeline, main, and then how do we get to? Okay, there we go. So click that, and how do we see the output? So build, I'm guessing. Can we go logs? There we go. So now we can see version of Linux kernel, which is this one, I believe. So if it'll let us copy. Okay, whatever, we'll have to type it out. 5.4.0-1029, and then the value found in there. We can't copy it. Okay, let's open up source. It's dumb. So we copy that, and we place that into here. So submit. Wait, that's not correct. I've got the -AWS. So submit that. So that's the Linux kernel version, and then that is the key that we found. Okay. So that is day 21 of Advent of Cyber 2023 completed. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe so you can watch me complete the rest of these challenges.